Hey, welcome everyone. We're outside the production office here at Entegra Coach. My name is Ted Cook. I'm one of the sales manager. I'm along with Todd Hahn. He's kind of behind the camera. Todd does a great job of that camera and I appreciate him helping me out with this. What we want to do, we want to talk about the new 2022 Cornerstone, which we have sitting right behind us. And so what I'd like to do is kind of go through all the features of the brand new 2022 items and kind of go over with them just so you can see all of them. First thing you'll notice as you walk up to the unit that we now have included a doorbell onto our handle here, so that way we have a little doorbell that does ring into the inside. It is something that is actually hooked up right up to the unit, but one thing you'll also notice is that we actually had to eliminate one of your numbers for your access code, which let's talk about that just briefly here for just a moment. So I'm going to grab the keys because that's always a good thing is I'm demonstrating this to make sure we have the keys in our hand. So what I want to do is I want to demonstrate a little bit about how that works, but also you'll notice that we also do not have any more baggage door handles here. So we're going to cover all that here at once here. So people are asking, how do I get in that? So now with the 4 codes, you would still have to have 5 digits and you'd punch in your access code and then 1 would unlock the door only. That would be after you punch in your 5-digit access code, you push 1 to do the door. If you push 2, it'll do the door and the baggage doors, it'll unlock it. If you did your access code and punched 3, it would do only the baggage doors. Now, just as in years past, if you push 1 and hold it, it'll lock the doors and also lock all the baggage doors. So I'm gonna go ahead and push 1 right now. We actually heard the baggage doors locked there. So now to unlock the doors, once again, you punch in your access code and you just push that 1, that now unlocked our door here for us. And once again, if you did your access code and then push 2, it'll do the baggage doors and also unlock all the baggage doors. Now, you can also do this with your key fob. Just as before, locking it will actually lock the door. We can actually hear the alarm set off. And unlocking the door, we can actually unlock the door. But also if I get Todd to come over here, the other thing he'll do is actually lock and unlock the baggage doors. So once again, once we push the lock button, you'll see it turns to a red. That means them baggage doors are locked. And right now, if we try to unlock it, when we push it, it'll turn red. But now with the door being unlocked, we can see now it flashes green. And now when I push it, it goes to a green color and then it opens the door up for you. Now, the question is going to be asked, what happens if I lose all my battery power? Well, we've done thought of that also. You can actually take the key, and if you put it in the keyhole and actually just turn it, it's actually the mechanical method of actually getting this door open. So even if we lose all power, batteries are totally dead, something that's completely failed on the electronic side, we can just use the key to get inside your baggage doors. No more trying to reach around, trying to find a pull or something like that to release it. We've actually just used the key itself to open up the door. So another thing I'd like to do, if I get Todd just to back up a little bit, let's talk about the new paint. Obviously people are looking at for the new paint. We've had a lot of people ask us to go away from a little bit of the swirls and go more with the straight lines. So that's basically what we've done. Now your dealership should have a book that looks similar to this here. We've actually sent these out to all the dealerships, and the beauty of this is when you open this up, you will actually see all the paints that we have. So we've actually put all the paints here all together. Along with this book is also all the interiors. Then we'll get more about the interiors as we get into the inside. But this has been a neat thing that our marketing team has done. They've done a great job. They actually put all the paints to the outside. Now I'll just warn you, yes, we're working on a couple more paints. I don't know if I want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but we've actually got a couple more paints. You'll just need to ask your salesperson about that a little more. So this unit here, obviously, as we can see, we're actually with a red horizon. Obviously, it has that beautiful red color that we've actually had so much successful with the last few years. We just changed the paints up a little bit. Also brand new for this year, we've already talked about the paint, but also our outside entertainment center. We've changed that. We've actually got a little bit bigger TV, But a lot of people have mentioned to us about going back to the JBL sound system. The beauty of the JBL sound system is that once you turn it on, you just simply push that button, hold it. You can see it'll actually come on, it'll tell us welcome, just showing us that it's on there. But it'll actually tell you where it's at. Currently we're on FM station 98.1. If I push the mode button again, we can see it now switches to Bluetooth music. So you can actually tie your Bluetooth right to the phone or to the radio out here, so you can be listening to your outside music, whatever you want. As we push again, we can actually see it's now tied to the TV. Push it one more time, it actually ties right to the dash radio. In case you have Sirius dash radio, you can actually tie that right to it and actually broadcast right here. So it makes it really, really easy and nice to work with. And if we want to just turn it off, we just push and hold the JBL and it'll say goodbye, and then it shuts itself off. You'll also kind of notice as I'm standing here is that the awnings, so new for 2022, we have actually gone with all Girard power window awnings. So no more have to get the stick out and everything else like that. This one here we've actually brought out, and we've actually shown how you can actually stop it part way. It's not out all the way. If it was out all the way, the bars that you see would almost be level. But we've actually stopped this to actually show you can do this. And this is all controlled through your VegaTouch. On your VegaTouch panel there, there'll actually be a button on there that'll say extend and retract. And you can either do one side or the other side. A lot of times when the sun's coming up on one side, you may want these awnings out, but you want the other awnings put away. So we've actually done it, so we've actually divided up by side by side. Somebody's gonna ask that question, can I do the front and the rear? Now at this moment in time, we only have enough space on the Firefly and the different channels that we can only do one side or the other side. And once again, you can take that out all the way, or you can do that part way back. Now I'm gonna throw this out there. This is, once again, is more susceptible to wind. If you believe there's a storm coming up, do not leave your coach with the awnings out. You don't want to come back and see them window awnings all tore off there. So once again, if you're going to leave your coach for an extended period of time, bring your awnings in. Always nice to be safe than sorry. So as we go back through here, like I said, we've kind of talked a little bit about the paint. Also something brand new for 2022 is that we've actually eliminated some different things back here. But another thing that I do want to point out here, we've actually taken this rear door and have split this. So before we just had that little door right there. Now yep, we still got the door unlocked. So we can actually open this door up and you can get to your def tank. But the other nice thing is that kind of frees this up when you open up this door. Now we have that Spartan Electrical Service Center that we all know very, very well. Once again, they got the batteries down low there, the fuses, everything all right here with your shut-off switches, so it's very easily accessible. And as we go around to the back side here, one of the things that we have eliminated, really because nobody was really using it, we had the 4-way connector out here along with the 7-way connector. We've actually have eliminated the 4-way connector. It really was something that basically water was getting in there causing some shorts, and really all you people that are towing vehicles, you need that 7-way connector, so that's why we kind of left the 7-way connector on there, and we just didn't see the need for the 4-way, so we just eliminated all that. So come on, let's go on inside there. Let me show you some new things that are happening on the inside of the new 2022 Cornerstone. Hey, welcome everyone. So let's take a look inside the brand new 2022 Cornerstone. And I'd like to also point out a few things about the coaches that really kind of interest me. So obviously right off the bat, let's look at the chairs. Now the driver and passenger chair, even on your 2021, if you've noticed all the holes in here, that's because they're all heated and cooled. We have to have that perforated so that way I can pull that air up through there. So all the seats are still air cooled and also heated. But also brand new for this year is we've actually added a massage feature to that. So you actually got the different zones you can actually select, and also how you want the different massage along with the intensity and speed. So you can actually have this now on the driver and passenger seat also. That's brand new for 2022. As we sit down in the driver's seat, you may also notice that we have also changed the steering column slightly. The steering column, this is the new AX Gen from TRW. Actually, you used to having a motor that extended out this way a little bit. Now that's all kind of more narrow, kind of makes it a lot easier for you. Get a little more leg room there on that left-hand side. Makes it a little bit easier as you're driving down the coach. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sit down here for a moment, because you'll also notice back over here, we actually have added the ICC flashes here. So we had to, last year when everybody wanted the telephone controls, we actually put them up on the steering column. That's what we had, was we had where you could answer the phone and also hang up on your phone. But this is also where your ICC flashes were. So now it's here. Now the big light, simple to put, is your big headlights. The smaller lights are your clearance lights. So as you push that button, that would then cause them to flash. So also new, you may notice right here beside me is actually the driver's window. The driver's window, we've actually changed it. So now it's actually a power window that actually powers up and powers down. So with the key on, we now can then push the button forward, and that actually raises that window up. And then so if we push it back, then we can get the window to close up for you. So also brand new on here, we've also have changed out with our radio system. We can now select it, and we can actually push to the navigation. The navigation now we have actually switched to Primo. One of the nice things about the Primo that we've actually switched to, it no longer requires the SD card to be updated. We can actually tie the radio and everything right to Wi-Fi and actually get that brought up automatically for you. Now this is actually, I'm going to kind of zoom it out a little bit, because one of the neat things is here, just like in last year, a lot of you folks may not have known this or understood this, but you can actually take this display and we can actually put it over here on our center console. To do that, you do have to have the engine running or the keys turned on there, and the park brake has to be released. And by simply releasing that, then we push the page button, which is right here. By pushing that, there we can see that now it's selected to where we actually have the navigation put there. And also what's nice, because the 360 camera, if we push that again, it'll then go to the 360 camera view. So that's all right there in front of you as you're driving down the road. Makes it really nice and simple and easy. So as we move back here, what I'd like to show you is a little bit difference of the new decors that we have here. With the new decors, and once again, this is back to that book that I was showing you earlier that also has all the exteriors on there. Inside the decors, you have your beach decor, your linen decor, and your sterling decor, or kind of, once again, a light and a medium and then a dark. And the books are laid out very, very nicely, where it even tells you what the actual fabrics are for. So you can actually see what's going to be on your valances, also what's going to be on your dinette chairs or your bedspread and shams. So it really makes it really nice and easy to understand. Also along with that is that we also have the new wood choices. Now we still carried over the very popular Stonewall Gray. You can get the Stonewall Gray throughout the entire coach on your new 2022. But we've also done some new exciting things where we've actually added a dark wood with his almond wood, auburn wood. Sorry, thank you very much, Todd. That's why he does a great job. And almond wood. Now, along with this, you would get, you see here there was a vintage linden maple. This would be your overhead cabinets in your living room and kitchen area. Now, you can also get that wood is not, so you got the same wood throughout. Now, when I say same wood throughout, that'd be throughout the entire unit. This particular unit that we're in, the customers have chosen to go with the almond wood, and they got the same color wood throughout the entire unit. Now, anytime you ordered the Stonewall Gray would automatically come throughout. But if you had the auburn or the almond, your white cabinets would be standard in your overhead. You'd have to choose to get that solid wood throughout. You can also do the same thing with the vintage lineage maple. You can also get this wood throughout now. They just made that change. You can actually get a white wood throughout the entire coach. Now, one of the things I do want to point out here that I don't want to mislead anyone If you've got the years past where you've had the older coaches and you had the white cabinets in the bathroom, that is no longer available. We do not have all that stuff here, and the engineering resources to make all that changes, we do not have that available now. So you no longer get white cabinets in the bathroom. That is one of the new changes for 2022. So as we move forward, as you can see, we actually have a lot of new changes on here. We've got the new fascia boards throughout the coach. Beautiful looking fascia board with also the new hardware. As we see the new hardware on there, the new design doors, also the new faucets, all been changed. Along with even the new upgraded ceiling feature that's also in the living area here. We can actually see kind of got more of a contemporary look and everything to that. The tile obviously is all brand new also along with that. Now, if you're ordering with the vintage maple, the almond, or the auburn, you'll see we kind of got a little bit of a brown tint in this. If you're getting that with the stone wall, that's going to have more of a gray tint to it. So I want you to understand there along with that, different choices there. Before we move on back, let me just talk a little bit more also about that countertop, because one of the things that we've also changed for the new 2022, we've actually, with different upgrades, which I should also mention that we still have all the leather, real leather furniture in the Cornerstone, but also now as we move toward the countertops, we've actually taken out the quartz countertops. We still have the solid surface countertops in here, and one of the things that we have that was a benefit to you as the customers, when we had the quartz, you know, we used to cut the sink covers into fourths, and as you ladies well know, they were very, very heavy and cumbersome to handle. So the nice thing is now, because we went to a solid surface, you can easily pick up half the piece and it's easily can be moved around. So that's one of the new benefits that we have here that I want to make sure I point out there. As we move on back here, we can actually see the different new ceiling feature that's also included here in the bedroom area. We can also see with the new headboard and the valances. Once again, then the valances, they've actually changed where they actually got cloth valances, but it's kind of outlined in wood. Very decorative, very attractive. I mean, I really kind of like it. It has a great look to it. As we move on back here, we can actually see that even in the shower, we've got the new tiles, the new shower heads with the wand, and obviously the new decor piece on the floor there, all looking great. And this is an F model, and once again, you can actually see that it also has the seat in there. One more thing I do want to point out before Todd gets away too far, we have switched back to the Tecma toilets. We were using a different toilet there, but now we've actually gone back to the Tecma toilet. So the Tecma toilet is now going to be your standard toilet in all the units. So let's go back on up front here. Let me show you a few more things in the kitchen here. Well, while we're here, that's a good point. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the vanity here. So we've changed the vanity. I like to call it a king and queen wardrobes. So these are large wardrobes with adjustable shelves in them. On this side here, though, I will say this, we do have this one top shelf is stationary, and that's that way we put the DVD player, but also you may also put a your satellite receiver here for your back TV. The TV here still does flip up. There's a little catch here, it's just magnetic, that opens up, and you can see now that they've actually got the safe all kind of packed back in here. Kind of keeps that a lot cleaner look, but also gives us a lot more storage, because once again, now with these adjustable storage shelves in there, you've got still got all your drawers in here, large drawers in the middle, and then even on the side. So plenty of storage here that now is in the coaches with the new vanity setup on this coach. Also, one more thing that we know as people are getting older, you got to have the sleep apnea machines, and how great it'd be nice to have a place for that. So we've actually added inside there, we've actually added a outlet. I'm going to try to get this opened up so Todd can get a better picture of that. So that outlet is tied in here, and we've actually taken a sleep apnea machine and put it in here. If it is a situation that you have, you can actually put your sleep apnea machine in here. Ask the dealership to drill a small hole right through this, and then you can have your tube and your breathing mask all put down there right where you can easily get to it. And no longer do you have to have that big machine beside the bed where you have trouble getting in and out of the bed. It kind of gets all that out of your way and kind of frees up a little bit in there. As we move to the bathroom, I'd like to point out just a couple things in here. One of the things that we've, once again, have gone to the Tecma toilet, but you'll also notice the door handles. We've done away with all the finger pulls that we had in there with the overhead cabinet. That makes it a lot easier and a lot simpler for people to look at that and open that up. No longer catching your fingers on there or catching your fingers or anything else like that. Makes it a whole lot easier as you're opening them up. So as we keep going back in the kitchen area here, one of the things I do want to point out to you, a lot of people are seeing that changes, and they're showing the adjustable shelves by the kitchen window. I'm sorry to report to you, but that is not an adjustable shelves. You can imagine if we made that adjustable shelves, that shelf would get even smaller. But we have added that as an extra little storage area, put an extra stationary shelf in there so that way you can actually get to your things and put everything in there where you want. Once again, we still have the spice rack. Now, we did leave that as a finger pull. I'm going to make sure I point that out. The reason why we put that finger pull still on there is because if we put a door handle on there, you'll notice that the slide out would actually catch them door handles. So all you people that think you're going to add a door handle on there, I would kind of put some little cautious out there for you right off the bat there. So as we move to the entertainment center area, one of the things I do want to point out here, which I love, you can see we actually still using the Bose sound bar, but what we've done is we've actually upgraded that to where we actually have more storage area in here and it's wide open. This will help allow a lot of heat dissipation because a lot of you guys are going to them high def receivers, and with the high def receivers, they're producing a lot more heat. So by opening this up, it makes it a whole lot easier for us to put all that stuff in there. We've even got the center piece in here where we can open that up, have a little more storage area once again for you to where it's all opened up there. Helps allow a lot of that heat to dissipate throughout the coach. Now, one of the things that you'll also notice that's missing here is the satellite controller. Now, all I gotta do is if I can just get Todd just to turn around, we've actually moved that satellite controller right here above the passenger seat. That kind of helped free that up, gave us a little more space in there so that way you got more room for all your different satellite and different toys that you may put up in there. But that way this is also nice because right here you can actually make sure everything's all down before you close the door and leave. So we kind of got that all tucked up in there. Along with all that, I do also want to point out is that we've actually moved the TV control button over here right beside the theater seating. So that way as I'm sitting here in this nice theater seating, I can now just push the button and raise the TV up without having to get up. One more thing I'd like to point out here, if I can, we kind of, when we were outside, we talked about the Girard window awnings. I would like to point out how to get to that because a lot of you folks are going to have questions. How do I get to that? I'm back here at the VegaTouch panel right now. I'm just going to simply touch it to wake it up. We can see right now we're on the home page. So we're going to switch over here to actually the bus. And we can see up here where it says slide out awning. So we're going to just push that button. It's going to give us a little warning that it wants us to make sure the driver's seat's out of the way in case you're on your slide out. So we're just going to go ahead and close that. Now here we can actually see the window awnings are right there. And if we want to extend them or retract them, we would just simply push that button. It would then slide out. It would run the window awnings in on that side. And once again, I want to make sure everybody understands that it's actually controlling the whole side, or you control the other side and not individually controlled. So hopefully this walkthrough kind of helps you a little bit. Once again, this is Ted Cook. I'm part of the Entegra sales team along with Todd Hahn. He's also part of the Entegra sales team. He's running the camera, which I appreciate what he does there. And if you got any questions, feel free to contact any of your sales reps.